Hey good people, welcome back to my channel. So if you clicked on this video, you probably have thin, low density, fine, or soft locks or soft hair. And I'm so glad you did because I do want to talk about some things that I do to make my hair look and feel or appear thicker and fuller. And let me stress when I say look because I have not found a technique or a product that makes my locks thicker. Like I can put it on my lock or I can do it to this lock and it's just gonna magically get thicker. Now I've learned some things that can prevent your locks from thinning, but I can't speak on how to make them thicker. But let's go over what I do to make it appear that way. So the first thing I like to do is the pineapple method, just gathering my hair at the top of my head before I go to bed. I'm not using a rubber band, I'm not using clips. It's just putting it up there and putting a scarf around it, and then the next morning you're just going to take it down, and you'll notice that wearing your hair up kind of lifts those roots a little bit. So if you just got a retwist, I would not recommend it unless you're getting your hair retwisted upwards. But other than that, it's just super easy to do. So what I did today when I got home from work, I just want to see how quickly I could make my roots or my locks look a little thicker than they actually are. So I put my hair up in a bun and I walked around the house doing stuff for maybe about 45 minutes, and I took it down and I can see the difference.
Lights out, I'm your favorite. Too many ways, been in your place, there's delays. Added up plus sign, zeros on the table. Driving and vibing, bring the bill later. Wanna make it bigger, just a little bit of flavor showing up to my space, I'm a fashion dealer. I'm your biggest bidder, meet me in the middle. I just don't wanna settle under these lucid dreams. I'm not just a visionary, it's all making sense to me. Not a basic, ain't no ordinary. Stay put, we gon' get higher. You're the product, I could be your buyer. Under these lucid dreams, I'm not thinking off my head yet. Just being honest, what's the big difference? Yeah. And I've been feeling my own inertia. Just being honest, there's no difference. And more to soak it. I don't want to just feel under these lucid dreams. I'm not just a visionary, it's all making sense to me. Not a basic, ain't.
So the next thing I like to do is what I call the flip over method. And with this, whatever side you want to wear your part on the next day, you're going to go to sleep on the opposite side. So my part is on the left and I wear my hair over to my right. So before I go to bed tonight, I would put my part on the right and wear it over to my left, tied up in a scarf or a ponytail, and the next day I would just flip it over. And it's sort of the same thing or thought process of the pineapple. You're kind of lifting your roots a different way. But this also reminds me of back in the day when I used to have a relaxer and we would wrap our hair at night, and I would wrap my hair in the opposite way. So when I comb that wrap out, it's just laying so beautifully. So it's kind of that kind of thing. The other thing I like to do is just a big chunky two-strand twist all over my head. No particular order. And I do use a rubber band at the end of this, but you can use something soft, some type of twisty. And it's just twisting my hair and putting it up in a rubber band when I get to the end. And your hair doesn't have to be long for any of these. When you gather your hair up at the top, it doesn't have to make a ponytail. You just need it lifted up. So when I do the two-strand twist, I'm using maybe about 4 or 5 locks at a time when I twist my hair. I could do braids, but I feel like braids separate my hair so much and causes even more thinning. And I'm just looking for something soft on my hair, something that looks like it has a little bit more texture than it actually does. And when I do this, I'm just misting it with water. I'm not really using any products.
My headspace been weaker, it's been waiting for
which brings me to my next thing, using less products on your hair. I've noticed over the years that the more products I put on my hair, the more you're gonna weigh your hair down. And that's the last thing you wanna do when your hair is soft and fine. Like, you can lay your hair down with water if you wanted to. It's like one of the pluses of having low density hair. So I do watch how much product I put on my hair. And a lot of times people may say, well, how frequently are you getting retwists? That can kind of make a difference in how your locks appear. And I do agree with that, but I think you should focus more on the retwist technique versus how frequently you're getting your hair retwisted. Because you can get your hair retwisted once a year, but if you're yanking all your hair out, it's gonna cause a problem. So you definitely need to figure out what's the best retwist method for you. Is it interlock, palm rolling, crochet? And the more I have my locks, the more I'm leaning more towards crochet when I don't want to retwist my hair a lot throughout the year. I'm still not big on interlocking. I still do palm rolling. I no longer palm roll the length of my lock. And that's another thing that can help prevent your locks from thinning, but it doesn't make your locks thicker. The last thing I like to do, which is usually my go-to, is wash my hair. Wash my hair. It goes back to using less products, washing your hair, getting that dirt, oil out of your scalp. It automatically, immediately makes your hair feel softer. Your locks will feel softer. It's gonna smell great, but it's gonna make your locks lighter too. And because you just shampooed your hair, it's gonna disturb those roots a little bit and kind of give you a little bit of frizziness. A lot of people don't like frizziness, but when you have fine hair, sometimes you like the frizziness. It helps cover up the scalp if you don't have a lot of hair on your head, and it just makes it look a little bit fuller. So yes, those are the things that I like to do. I feel like it's very important to have representation of all types of locks. I know on social media we may see people with a head with, like, I don't know, 200 locks, and they're not sister locks. It's just they have that much hair on their head, which is great. But you also have people like me, you, that you don't have a lot of hair on your head, but your locks still look good. You still love your locks. And the more you get to know how to work them, what they like, what they don't like, I feel like the more in love you'll fall with your locks and really appreciate them. Appreciate that you have a less drying time. Appreciate that it takes less product to lay your hair down. Appreciate that it takes less time to even retwist your hair. So you have to kind of look at what your locks have going for you, and you can still appreciate other people's locks as well. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care.